Today we're learning our next transformation. What does it mean to transform? To transform, to change. We learned our first one on Monday. It was a translation, which was a slide. Then we learned a reflection, which was a flip. Today we're learning a rotation, which is a turn. You should be writing if I'm writing. The center of rotation is the origin, 0, 0. So when you think of a turn, I want you to think of a fan. Okay? Have y'all ever looked up at a ceiling fan? What's the middle of the fan? The lights, right? And then everything turns around that. So pretend this is a fan. 0, 0 is like your light bulb, and then it rotates around it. Easy? All right, there's some basic things that you need to know before we get started. So flip to the back of your notes, and I want you to write in the top left corner the word clockwise. Write down the word clockwise. Clockwise means to move like a clock. So how does a clock move? So everybody look at my hands. This is 12 o'clock. Where is it going to go next? Right. This way. But you can't say clockwise is right because once it gets down here, it starts going left. So you can't say right or left. So we just say clockwise. So I want you to draw a very small coordinate plane. I want you to put a dot at the top, like where 12 o'clock would be. And I want you to draw an arrow this way. Then draw another arrow, and then another arrow, and another arrow. That is how a clock moves. Y'all have seen clocks, yes? That is called clockwise. And you need to know this in life. People will say move clockwise, and you need to understand that. Then we can say counterclockwise. So how would counterclockwise move? Backwards from a clock. So draw a small coordinate plane. Put a dot at the top. And this time we're going to go the opposite direction of a clock. So I would go this way, then here, and then back to where I started. Do y'all have any questions, or do I need to explain better the difference between clockwise and counterclockwise? Are we okay? Now, when we rotate a shape on a coordinate plane, it'll either go from here to here, here to here, here to here. This is called one spot. If I jump from this quadrant to this quadrant, that is called a 90-degree turn. It moves it one spot. Write that down. How much does 90 degrees move it? One spot. If I move another 90 degrees, 90 plus 90 is 180. That would move it 2 spots. If I go another 90 degrees, 180 plus 90 is 270 degrees. How many spots would that be? 3 spots. And last of all, if I add another 90 degrees, that's 360. That's 4 spots, and I would end up right back where I started. Did everybody hear me? So let's talk about it. If I move from here to here, that's 1 spot, 90 degrees. Then if I move here, that's 2 spots. That's 180. You're right. And then if I move here, that's 3 spots. That's 270. And then I would end up right back where I started, 360. Do y'all understand how it moves? It's like a fan. Here's your light kit, and it's just going to move. Clockwise would move like this. Counterclockwise would move like this. Do y'all understand the difference? Now, this is one of the easiest lessons I teach because of the fact, if you flip back to the front, your rules are all given to you. So these are your answers for today's assignment. They're right here. So if the assignment says, if you rotate a shape about the origin 90 degrees clockwise, what's the rule? That's your answer. Easy? The answer's right there. 90 degrees clockwise, here's your rule. If it says 90 degrees counterclockwise, there's your answer. Do y'all understand? These are your answers. These are the rules. But are you going to have these rules when you take your STAR test? No. So my job today is to teach you how to understand these rules so that you don't have to memorize them, because it's too much to memorize, okay? But that you can understand how to get the rule. And I have a trick called Happy Face Man. It's a trick I learned at a training. And it took me forever to understand the trick, but kids get it way faster than I did. All right, are y'all ready to learn the trick? You've got to pay attention or you won't understand it. Flip to the back of your paper. I want you to draw a coordinate plane just like me at the bottom. This is Happy Face Man. This will work for every rotation, but you cannot use their picture. So like if this was a question on your STAR test, you wouldn't use their picture. You would draw your own Happy Face Man. Okay? To do this, you label the x-axis on the right side, and you label the y-axis at the top, and you draw a happy face in quadrant 1. So you have to memorize how to draw this. And then from there, you will rotate your picture, and the rule will be written for you. You will rotate your picture like this, however you need to, and the rule will be rewritten for you. So I'm going to teach you how to read it. Okay? Does everybody have their picture drawn? Right now, the x-axis is the x-axis, and it's over here, and it's positive. See, x is over here to the right. Where's the y-axis? Running up and down, and it's up here, and it's positive. Are we okay? All right, let's talk about rotating this happy face 90 degrees clockwise. Where would it go? Look at it. If I rotate this happy face, how many spots is 90 degrees? And like a clock, where would it go? From here to here. Put your finger right there. Now, you're going to turn your paper until your happy face is in the bottom right. Once you've done that, the rule is now written for you in the picture. So I'm going to show y'all. This used to be what axis? This used to be what axis? Used to be. What is this axis supposed to be? This is supposed to be the x-axis, and this is supposed to be the... But what happened? They switched. Do y'all agree? So what happened was, we took our x and our y, and they switched spots. One more thing. That's almost it. We're almost done. If the y is on the right, it's positive. Is it on the right? If it's on the left, it's negative. If the x is up high, it's positive. If it's down low, it's... There's your rule. That's it. And if you look, everybody look, does it match the rule that's written for 90 degrees clockwise? Yes. So you don't have to memorize these rules. You just have to know how to use Happy Face Man and rotate your paper. Question? I want you to practice it, and then I want you to check the answers are right here. So like number 1 will say, I rotate a shape 90 degrees clockwise about the origin. Yes, that's your answer. Yes, it's right in front of you. But I want you to practice using Happy Face Man so that we get to the hang of it. All right, go back to your paper, to Happy Face Man. Let's try another one. Let's try it 90 degrees. I don't see everybody paying attention. Not sure what we're doing. Let's try 90 degrees counterclockwise. Sit up, up, So how many spots is 90 degrees? Counterclockwise means backwards from a clock. So where would this go? Right here. So you're going to put it in the top left. So turn your paper, put happy face in the top left. Everybody do it? So you take your paper and you say, okay, X and Y, and you ask yourself, what happened? Did the X and Y axis switch spots? Yes. So Y switched with X, and Y is on the left, so it's negative. X is up high, so it's positive. That is 90 degrees counterclockwise. Let's see if we did it right. Yes? Okay, now let's do 180 degrees. So you have to start back at the beginning. You have to start like this. It only works from this picture. Do not use the STAR test picture. You use this picture. All right, how many spots is 180 degrees? 2. Does it matter which way I go? Everybody look. If I go counterclockwise, 1, 2, where am I going to be? What about clockwise? 1, 2, where am I going to be? So it doesn't matter. The rule will always be the same because it's always going to put it right here. So everybody take your paper and put happy face in the bottom left corner. All right, let's look at what happened. Did the X and Y axis switch spots? No, the X axis is still the X axis, but it's now on the left, so it's negative. The Y axis is still the Y axis, but it's down low, so it's also, so my rule says, take my X and Y, they stay in the same spots, but they both became negative. Is that what the rule says for 180 degrees? Yes. Is happy face man easy? Where students get confused is they want to use their picture, but it won't work because you have to use a picture with it in quadrant 1. So do not ever use their picture. Do y'all understand? You have to use your happy face man for this rule to work. All right, let's do one more. Let's do 270 degrees. How many spots? Which way do y'all want to go? Clockwise? Let's go clockwise, 270 degrees. So clockwise, 270. How many spots? 3 spots. So clockwise, like a clock, 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to turn my paper and I'm going to put happy face in the top left. Now I'm going to ask myself, what happened to the X and Y axis? Did they switch spots? Yes, because this is supposed to be the X axis, but now it's not. So they switch. So I go like this. Which one gets the negative sign? The Y. Why is X positive? Because it's up. And there is 270 clockwise. What do y'all think? It's not hard. All right. Go just as the first. We're only going to do one example. So on this one it says, how would you know what this is? Well, you have to know the new to the old. So which one of these is the new and which one is the old? This is the old because it doesn't have the primes, and this is the new. So you would ask yourself, how did it get from here to here? Well, how many spots did it move? 3. From here, it went here, and then it went here. How many spots is that? 2 spots. Look, 1, 2. So what rule would that be? What's 2? You got to go right here. What's 2 spots? 180. And you don't have to write clockwise or counter because 180 is the same every time. So you would just write this rule. Take your X and Y and they both become negative. Okay, question. When I turn a shape, does it change size? No. Does it change shape? No. Is the perimeter the same? Is the area the same? So everything preserves congruence. It stays the same. The only thing that changes is its location and its position. So watch my hand. I'm going to rotate it. The orientation changed, the view of it, right? It went from my fingers facing the ceiling to my fingers facing the wall. then it would go this way, then they would face down, then it would go this way, it would face that wall, and so forth. Make sense? The orientation changes, which is your view of it. Nothing else changes. Everybody good? Do I need to explain Happy Face Man better, or are we okay? If we need help, you just got to ask. All right, go to the Google Classroom and start your assignment. I already gave you your answer document.